Hey yo, what up, Fight Worship? We're Boxing Fanatic. I'm back with another one. So, after the Sebastian versus Tim Tszyu fight, Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, they on Twitter going at it in a funny way. Bud telling Spence he gotta get in line. Spence replied back, I don't do lines. And Bud said, you lost, sir. Spence replied back. But, man, they both jockeying for position. This is what we're going to be talking about.
1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Sebastian Fundora ended up defeating Tim Tszyu in his last, in the fight that just took place on Saturday. But Crawford has, the WBO. Basically, he is the mandatory for Sebastian Fundora. But it's looking like PBC is not going to give Terence Crawford that fight. I don't know if they can pull that off, being that Terence Crawford is his mandatory, being that he won and beat Errol Spence in their last fight. And I mean, I wouldn't want to see that fight for either guy. But if and you can check out this clip, what Sebastian Fundora basically said. Roll the clip.
The WBO belt to fight Errol Spence. The WBO orders you to fight Crawford next, or you'll be stripped. Under any circumstances, will you vacate the WBO belt to fight Errol Spence?
Whatever they give me, Errol Spence is a great opportunity. I think it's a match made in heaven. But Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world. I would like to fight him.
Yeah, so as you just heard, Sebastian Fundora said he would love to face Bud Crawford. He don't mind, I guess, relinquishing that belt to fight Bud Crawford, because they gonna talk about stripping him if he faced Errol Spence. And now check out what Errol Spence and Sebastian Fundora said after the fight when Errol Spence stepped into the ring. Roll the clip.
Hey, well, here he is. What do you have to say?
Oh, it's time to get it on. He got the big dog now. Let's go.
Now, is this your first time seeing him in person? And what do you think about his height?
Yeah, it's my first time seeing him in person. I mean, he got a pretty good height, but we'll see. We'll break him down like we always do.
No, he's one of the greats right now. He's one of the pound for pound. So if I can fight him and get a win off of him, it'll be good history for me again.
Well, maybe we'll see it this year. Thank you guys both. And Sebastian, congratulations. You are now the unified one.
Man, yeah, so as you see, Sebastian Fundora got the height. He got the reach. He had a 9-inch reach advantage and a 9-inch height advantage over Tim Tszyu. So I could just only imagine, against Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, being that Terence Crawford is 5'8", Errol Spence is 5'9". I don't know how tall Tim Tszyu is. You probably like 5'10", 5'11". And I mean, he was barely there, but he was trying to parry the jab, and he had some success, catching Sebastian Fundora, but that jab was just, like a built-in selfie stick. I mean, he just had it out there, and he wasn't really trying to really hurt Tim Tszyu like if he wanted to, because if you go look at his last two fights, man, he was dominant. I mean, especially in the fight with Erickson Lubin, he made Erickson Lubin look horrible. And then in the fight that he lost to Brian Mendoza, he was beating Brian Mendoza till he caught him with a sneaky, punch that that Sebastian Fundora didn't see coming. I don't know if Terence Crawford can catch, Sebastian Fundora with a punch like that, being that he's gonna have to jump, he's gonna have to do a lot of reaching, even though Terence Crawford got a long reach. But man, that is crazy. He might have the speed, he might have the skills, he might have better footwork, but I just feel like that's a tall mountain to climb, even for Errol Spence. It's going to be hard for the both of them to get out of the way of that jab. And Sebastian Fundora He like to throw the jab out, and he mix it up with the uppercut or the left hook, or he changes up that left hook, you know, which is, you know, it would be crazy, even though it's, you know, southpaw versus a southpaw. Terrence Crawford can switch, but I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to see that fight. If it was Tim Tszyu, y'all would have, you know, I won money on that fight. As a matter of fact, you know, I won $2,500 off of that fight, and I cashed in with Sebastian Fundora. You know, my gut feelings always right. So in this fight, if it was to take place like the WBC is ordering, and for this fight to take place next week, I wouldn't want this for Errol Spence in his fight back after, you know, having 2 eye surgeries and then losing to Bud Crawford, Terrence Crawford in that fight. Man, that is not good. I mean, I would want him to get some tune-up fights at 154. I ain't, you know, I'm not I'm not a person to say, you know, what he should do. I just, the way that I'm looking at it, I just feel like, man, he gonna keep running into that jab. Both of those guys. Sebastian Fundora is a cheat code at 154 pounds. He's like a heavyweight fighting at 154. Not body-wise, not mass, but just the height and the jab. Man, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. If that's a smart move for the both of them, Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford, to fight Sebastian Fundora, or just, you know, that just be a fantasy fight. I would love to see them fight Jermell Charlo, yeah, but not Sebastian Fundora. No, man. No, that's just my honest opinion. But y'all let me know what y'all think, all right? Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. One love, one life. I'm out. Peace.